that marker.
Yes, they are on.
It says select the source from the menu at the left.
You're
All
okay.
set.
Yep.
I'll call the September meeting of the Cable Television Advisory Board to order. Call the roll. Andrew Sonoda. Bruce Collignon.
Here.
Steve Gallipo.
Here.
Sally Hyland.
Here.
Ed Leash is here. Jennifer McCormick. Alderman Shoneman.
Here.
Dorothy Clark. Rick Ferenkopf. Brian Garrity. We have a quorum. There are no members of the public or others here. You have the minutes of the July 14th meeting. I'll entertain a motion. Chief?
I'd like to make the motion to accept and place on file the minutes of the July 14th meeting.
Moved by Chief Gallipo to accept the minutes of the July 14th meeting, place them on file. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Ed?
Yes.
Chair, I just want to note that we did not have a meeting in August. So just for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Painter. Also show that Mr. Painter is with us and Mr. Pete Johnson. I have no written communications. Any member of the committee have any written communication? Mr. Painter, will you give us the manager's report and financial statement report?
Surely will. The current balance of the operating account 2505 is $651,098.40. That reflects our latest Comcast disbursement. Expenses for August 2017, including salaries and facility operations, totaled $27,302.74. We do have a financial request today, and, excuse me, concerning our cameras. Our field cameras are now almost 10 years old, and although they're soldiering on, are coming to their technical end of life. But the good news is that because the newer technology is actually cheaper, the new generation of cameras are close to the same price as we paid actually 9 years ago for our Sony cameras. We're doing the usual due diligence, looking at all the products on the market, and we'll get quotes from 3 different vendors for our final choice and present that evidence to you next month. We request your authorization in the amount of not to exceed $17,000 for these field cameras, plus the necessary accessories for them. We had 1,008 cablecast total in August. And of this, we had 24 live events, and this total was broken down into Public 96.1, Education 99.11, and Government 16.12. We had 1,008 playbacks, and of this, we had Public 96 had 589, Education 99 had 252, and Government 16 had 167. And now, Pete?
All right, we'll move on to the Education Channel report. Program accomplishments for the month of August included on the 3rd, we recorded a summer concert at the Nashua Public Library. On the 5th, we presented live coverage of the Nashua Silver Knights Championship play-in game at it says Stellos, but that's actually over at Holman Stadium. On the 9th, we did the semifinal game with the Silver Knights. And on the 10th, we recorded the summer concert at the Nashua Public Library. And the 12th, we did live coverage of the Silver Knights championship game, also at Holman. On the 17th, we recorded another summer concert at the library. 24th, the Nashua Goes Back to School event at the Nashua Library. On the 28th, we did a Nashua School District all-staff meeting that was held at Nashua High School South. And on the 29th, we did the first day of school at the Fairgrounds Elementary School. So.
Any questions of either Mr. Painter or Mr. Johnson?
And I have included Access Nashua's report as well.
Yes. Alderman Shoneman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a question about the financial request and the cameras. I'm wondering, our old cameras, is there a market for those? What are we going to do with, what's the disposition of old cameras?
The old cameras, we would keep and put them over on the public access side for utilization with producers on that side of it. So they will be used.
Thank you.
Yep.
On your desk, as Mr. Payne had said, you have the Access Nashua Monthly Report. You take a minute to look at those. Do you have any questions?
I have a quick question. Not about the,
Ms. Highland?
about these. Thank you. Are you planning on being at the opening of the skateboard park on
Yes.
Monday and the Public Works Day events?
Yes, we will be
Okay,
there.
great, thanks.
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the financial statements, the PEG Manager's Report, and the Access Nashua Report. Chief
So
Gallo.
moved.
Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion carries. Committee report, Education Committee. The Education Committee met on August 15th. We're back into the new school year. Ms. Hines introduced a new member to the committee, Tina Forbes, who previously was the education reporter for the Telegraph and is now the campus communication specialist at Nashua Community College. She has joined us. We're looking at adding some new programming on the Education Channel. I filled in and interviewed Dr. Mosley for the ION Education Program to get the school year started. And we also established our meeting dates for the coming year. The next meeting will be Tuesday, September 12th. Then we'll meet again on Tuesday, November 14th, Tuesday, March 13th, 2018, and Tuesday, May 8th, 2018. That is my report. Any questions? Old business? None. New business, we have the request for the purchase of the cameras and the associated equipment, not to exceed $17,000. Do I have a motion? Moved by Chief Gallipo. Any discussion? Mr. Alderman Shoneman.
Just a quick question. What's the timing on this, do we think? And then for the purchase, you're going to come back to review the bids, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Well, what we'd like to do, actually, we want to get them because we want to get these in for the football games and things that
Okay.
are coming up this fall. But what I meant was, what I would do is, I just want to show the evidence of we got the quotes and why we chose the final one. I mean, as it stands right now, the front runner is Sony again. As we're looking, it just seems to always come to that, so, but we're not quite sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
I'll just note that we will be going to the Northeast Media Expo later this month, where we'll have a chance to see a number of cameras in action, and that's part of the reason why we're looking to do this right afterward, so.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. There are no members of the public here. Remarks by the members. I'll start on my right with Ms. Highland.
No remarks at this time?
Want to make a pitch for the event?
Sure, yes, thank you. On Monday, September 11th, we will be having the grand opening of the skateboard park, the new skateboard park, David W. Dean Skateboard Park, over in what seems to be a growing complex over by the street department on Stadium Drive. That will be at 3 o'clock. Thereafter, the Division of Public Works will be celebrating Public Works Day over at Stello Stadium. Each of the departments will have a section where we'll kind of show off our wares and our programs, and there'll be some giveaways, some raffles with good prizes, including a recycling cart, and some food, hot dogs, stuff like that. So at any rate, we welcome people to come to learn more about what each of our departments in the Division of Public Works does. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Shoneman.
Thank you. I'd like to just let the folks at home know about the rescheduled Wings and Wheels event out at the airport. It's on the 16th, and maybe you guys can get out there, and we can do something out there. I may not be around that weekend. I may be out of town, otherwise I'd be happy to help host it. But it's an event that the public's invited to come out. It's sort of like Touch a Truck, but it's airplanes as well. We can't climb around some of them, but we can at least see them up close. And the airport has a lot of events like this that are open to the public, and I want to encourage folks to come out. And if TV can be out there too, that'd be great.
And
Thanks.
hopefully the weatherman will cooperate.
This time. Last time it wasn't so good, but hopefully this time it'll be fine.
Chief, anything?
I'm good, thank you.
Mr. Conagnon?
Nothing for me.
Mr. Painter?
Just that we will they'll be showing the promotional video that we've made for Public Works on Monday at the event.
Mr. Johnson?
Just a reminder that we'll be covering a number of the local high school football games, including tonight's game at Stellos Stadium versus Alvern. I believe it's South in Alvern, so.
Are you going to do the BG game at Elliott Field? That could be a
No,
challenge with no
that's-
press box.
We'll be over at the Stellos for all of the Battle of the
Battle of the
Bridge
Bridge.
contests, so, yeah.
All right.
We do have a BG game scheduled for next weekend, though.
Anything else? Chief?
Move to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. See you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.